My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. Let's do Ascension 20 today. I feel like some losses. I mean, some wins in Ascension 20. What an awful misspeech that I've just had there. Alright. We'll probably be taking that random common relic, I feel there. Yeah. Pretty much regardless of path, that was going to be the one that we was going to take. Max HP plus 7. Yeah, kind of garbage. At the very least, the best thing about getting Strawberry is that Strawberry is no longer in the pool of relics that I can get, so we've got that victory for us. Over here on the left-hand side, there's a path that has 3 elites, a bunch of early question marks, as well as an early shop, so I can pick up an early aggression card, as well as 2 early rest sites, so it's pretty much like the perfect path for us. Yeah, not a huge fan of how this fight looks like it's about to go. Alright, lethal, please? Thank you. Whew. Well, Heavy Blade's a little early here. I'll take an Iron Wave for getting through the elites, because there are a maximum of 3 of them on this path if I do want to just go, like, barreling down. Especially with just the addition of a single Iron Wave, I feel like I can take my time a little more against the Jawworm here, rather than sacrificing some HP at the start in order to get a bash out early. Shame we didn't get bash in this hand, though. Yeah, that's not good. It's one of those not good situations. God damn it, we're so short on defense constantly. Blood Potion, okay, that's going to help us real significantly, as well as this uppercut or another Iron Wave. Iron Wave's not enough defense by itself. Take an uppercut. I'll take 1 potion just to avoid being punched there. Okay, it doesn't look like that cost me anything I would have taken here, thankfully. So Second Wind and Evolve are both being offered at the same time. Unfortunately, I would only be able to afford 1. So if I took an Evolve, what am I taking the Evolve for? Like, some point in the far off future right now? No, I don't feel comfortable running a deck with the Evolve in it right now. Body Slam. I think we do remove the Strike just so that the Iron Wave is effectively a mega upgrade on the Strike. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it to heck. I'm gonna have to commit, yeah, 2 actions to that frontliner in order to actually kill them. Thankfully, one of them was also defensive. We actually managed to make it out on top there. Bash turns up at pretty much exactly the right time. Never mind. Actually, for all of my griping about that fight, that was actually probably the absolute best it could have gone. Take another Iron Wave so that I don't feel so bad about my previous aversion to the Evolve being immediately proven a bad idea. Okay. Open up with a bash, or rather the turn after the bash. There we go. Hopefully we get uppercut right now. That'd be great. Nope, bash will do though. Uppercut to get the enemy weak for 2 turns is pretty damn impactful here. I can save 9 HP by using the essence. Not 9. 7. Eh. The enemy's still vulnerable this turn, but I don't need to lose that stack of plated armor, because they are still vulnerable the turn after as well. That said, I do need to reapply my weakness. We will be using Blood Potion before we exit this combat. Totally fine. Yikes. Yeah, we're on -4 strength right now. Life suddenly became real tough for us. Yeah, I'm very much in the throw absolutely everything at the Lagavulin until one of us dies camp right now. Body Slam, Corruption, and a Sever Soul. Body Slam has turned up a couple of times. I do have two Iron Waves in the deck. I think I will take it. I think I'm most likely past this point to be adding things to the deck like Shruggados. So it only really makes sense. Preserved Insect. Enemies in elite combats have 25% less HP. Pretty damn useful for us, considering we have 2 elites left on our path. Well, not necessarily 2 if I do want to dodge, but at the very least 1. So I just had the Log of Vulin in a fight. Carnage. Yeah. Alright, that's gonna help lock up our Gremlin Knob fight. Really pleased about that. It also would have helped a little bit if we drew it on the correct turn against the Sentinels. Alright. Pretty easy lethal in the next hand. Vajra started combat with 1 strength. You know I like that. Metallicize doesn't really benefit the body slam. It's just a benefit for our defense. Battle Trance is obviously incredible. I don't think we can afford to take an Iron Wave there. The deck can't just be all Iron Waves and body slams. It has to actually be able to win fights with some amount of scaling. Corruption, Heavy Blade Flex. God, we're seeing a lot of common copies of the same cards again and again here. Okay, so about 27 damage to a single target, so I may as well do that to the backliner here because I have to commit another attack afterwards anyway. So it might as well do at least 6 damage rather than, you know, the 3 it would have done to the sentry in the front line. Or 2 it would have done to the sentry in the front line, rather. Again, we set up the sentry that is about to be attacking next turn. And get it. Perfect. Oh, I was about to say, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to jinx it, I guess. I was gonna say, I know that we haven't gotten many defensive cards out of the deck yet, so could still be in there. Power Through and True Grit. Well, Power Through has already obviously shown its usefulness with the Evolves and True Grits and everything that's been offered so far. Sadly, in the way that the deck has ended up, it's not going to be what we take. It's either Spot Weakness or True Grit here. True Grit would have to be like a pretty immediate upgrade. I think I can actually afford to do it though. I also think Bottled Lightning is Bottled Trance, so we're just opening up the size of our opening hand. We'll hit the one that's buffing just in case. It's especially just in case they turn around and have a ridiculous amount of damage, and otherwise we wouldn't have had the damage to kill them. You know, that kind of case. The case where it matters is the case that I was looking for. Just tautological statements through and through. Probably don't need a Pommel Strike in this deck. Combust is a little bit of AoE that the deck is currently lacking. I have to take it. And upgrade it. I need AoE, and this deck has absolutely none so far. If that's how we're going to get it, that's how we're going to get it. We need the AoE specifically before the next floor, which is the big reason to take that down. Yeah. It can also be pretty helpful here in the slime boss fight. That split you exactly. What a tragic thing that I've just done to myself there. It is the acid slime that we do want to take down first, ultimately, so I'll start throwing in that direction. So 7 takes you to 42. 42 is still above the split value. The split value is 37, so 42, 37, the difference is 5. So I can't hit the backliner with any more than 5 damage. right? And I can only do more than 5 damage right now, so we're bound to only hit the frontliner then. Good. So this is the turn that we want to split them on, so as much damage as we can do to each of them happily. Great. Alright, it all worked out in the end. And yeah, the combust was absolutely essential here, especially with how poorly they were split, although they wouldn't have been split in the same fashion if we didn't have the combust, so keep that in mind. But especially with how poorly the enemy split, it felt like the combust has been essential. I mean, also, only if the boss was the slime was I really going to be taking the combust, because it's the only boss fight on the first floor in the very least, where AoE is important. Liquid Bronze, not particularly. Brutality makes a lot of sense in this deck right now. So Brutality makes a lot of sense because we also have Combust in this deck. Brutality and Combust are 2 different HP damage triggers, so they make Rupture into a really good card. Unfortunately, we're in Ascension 20, so like not being able to see my enemies intense is deadly. Hunting elites with no extra energy and no ridiculously broken build is deadly, and Calling Bell is hilarious. I'm gonna take the Runic Dome because not having energy is about as, or rather not having energy on this next floor, I feel is going to be about as likely to cause my death as not having the ability to see my enemies intense. Probably gonna take some pretty conservative paths. Here we go with a no AoE kind of combat. I also can't put an enemy on the ground right now. As in, I'm just straight up incapable of doing that. Would have needed 4 hits with 1 damage apiece, or 1... Not damage. But 4 hits with 1 energy apiece to cast them. Big thing that was missing for us there. Okay, I actually can put an enemy on the ground, so I'll put the enemy with some strength on. Beautiful. Alright, all works out in the end, actually. Pummel, Rampage, Headbutt. I don't know if we have any important enough cards to Headbutt. We need more defense. We're just not currently getting it. Like, Flame Barrier, Shrug It Off, True Grits. I know I've only just taken the first True Grit that's been offered to me, but still. I didn't want to take a bunch of True Grits before I started go with my first Elite. That seems like a bad idea for us. Okay, unfortunately, I don't know whether this frontliner is attacking or not. I'm gonna plan around them attacking. Good. Could put another body slam in this deck. I feel like that's probably a bad idea at this point. Pad grab at the start of boss combat, heal for 25 HP. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. We remove a basic strike. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. As much as I want that, I think I have to take the True Grit and card removal instead. True Grit blind card removal? True Grit blind card removal. I feel like if I don't rest here, I die in the next combat. I do have the power potion, but I don't want to rely entirely on that saving me. Well, look. If the demon form's gonna come to us, the demon form's gonna come to us. I can't get that fat gremlin down right now. There you go. Leave you with a little bit of HP. Just enough to remember me by. At the very least, with that attack, you've guaranteed you're not attacking for the next couple of turns. I've also just burnt out 2 defense from my deck, making the deck much more aggressive, because I intend to just go straight for the Gremlin Leader from here on out. Very similarly to that. Oh, cool, it works. Omamori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain, as well as another True Grit. Finally, I'll take that. I need these True Grits both upgraded as well. There's Flame Barrier, but I think I have to take Power Through now. I have 3 True Grits. My defense should be good. I can't take another Body Slam, though. No, wait, I don't even have a second one yet. Okay, I'll take another one. I know. I was offered one for free earlier and I turned it down. Whoops. Centennial Puzzle. The first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. It's kind of useful for us. But we lose HP pretty easily. God damn it. It always burns Body Slam when you don't want it to. Yeah, and unfortunately, the damage dealt to us by Combust at the end of our turn. So we actually just draw cards and then immediately lose them. It's good fun to just watch them go away. God, we really need those True Grits upgraded so that I'm not burning the useful cards constantly. Also, the longer these fights go, the far worse off we are, because we don't have a Reaper or anything like that to actually get us back on top. And these True Grits don't have many things other than themselves to eventually burn. So the longer the fight goes, the far worse off we are. I think we're actually like kind of almost all in on getting some sort of scaling element out of nowhere, which is never going to happen. Just wasted that Body Slam. Could have thrown it against the backline of target. Okay, thank you for hitting me. I may actually be able to kill you this turn. All it took was you generously throwing in my direction. All right, Snecko, you don't get to take me down. Sorry, but that's just not happening. Definitely take the extra card per turn. It's pretty important in this fight. Extra cards is extra rolls. Extra rolls is a possibility of getting some low-cost cards out there. Not a huge fan of the fact that like I have to choose between Body Slam and Carnage here, but thankfully an easy choice was there to be made. Yeah, I'm gonna blind you and double True Grit. I don't trust that turn. I want a more kind of obvious and concise lethal. Offering. I already lose a lot of HP each combat, but what's some more? Body Slam needs to be upgraded and True Grits both need to be upgraded as well. Well, look, Jax, lose 3 HP, gain 2 strength. Sure, I can do that, but I will die. I guess I heal 25 going into the boss fight. Alright, fine. I just don't really get to play True Grits in this combat. Is effectively what I seem to have decided. Do I start True Gritting? No, because then I end up with no cards left in the deck. It's a 22 card deck. I need all of them in there. Just let Combust take care of the chumps here. At the absolute least, mostly let that happen. The giant attack from the top. Damn. Okay. Keep the weakness all the way back up there. Fine. If we true grit some true grits, that's okay. So Jax before we do anything here. The Battle Trance. Love to double true grit. Can't really do it though. There we go. Fine. And it hit the other one. Beautiful. That's what we needed. Now, I can't even see the enemy intent, so I don't know how screwed I am yet. Perfect. Just how I like it. I only have 4 turns until I just passively die at this point. I'm going to burn the Jax out of the deck because it will kill me. If this enemy is deciding to attack me this turn, then I'm already dead. So I may as well just go as aggressive as I possibly can. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured that one was going to happen. You know what? It's Ascension 20 and a couple of losses seems the haste that I kind of want to strike. Enemies in PS3 combats have 1 HP. Ooh. Possibility of getting 1 elite with that. Not much more. Choose a rare card to obtain for 7 max HP is pretty good, though. Do I take Limit Break? So this means I'm taking Limit Break and then basically any source of anything that says Strength on it. If it says Strength, and in particular, if it gives that Strength to me, the player character, so not Philosopher's Stone, then I'll take it. Happy to go for the strike there because missing 2 more HP is totally fine. It'll be healed at the end of the combat. I don't want to take a Ghostly Armor just because I already have a Limit Break in the deck. I made the deck less aggressive by taking it. I think I take the Pommel Strike to try and even that out a little bit. So the Pommel Strike is just here basically for straight up damage. Because the Limit Break sure ain't providing it. It also kind of offsets the draw negativity in a single cycle of the deck of the Limit Break. No, it only offsets its own. It will offset the Limit Break when it's upgraded, though. Flex. Deck is currently quite thin, so having Flex and Limit Break in the same hand is actually not super unlikely. That said, Limit Break needs to be upgraded if we're actually going to be using it consistently. Great. Hard pass, thank you. Yeah, it's a touch of a problem. Flex and Limit Break are both later on in the deck. I mean, only if they're in the same hand do I actually even need to consider it. But yeah, I think I do need the extra strength in this combat. I'll very likely end up using the Blood Potion in this combat as well. No, I'm just dead. Unfortunately, so even if we use the Flex at the very start of that, we only would have done 2 more damage because the enemy wasn't vulnerable by the start. So this would have done 2 more damage, and then the other 2 did 3 more with the Flex. So yeah, the enemy still would have lived. But yeah, I probably would have lived an extra turn if I did not go for the extra strength there. But would I have killed the enemy next turn if I didn't go for the extra strength there? That's what I don't know. Well, here I don't have too much choice. Got a little of one, but don't much like the other option. I'll take a drop kick. Super early on. I have a shop in a couple of spaces' time. No, I'm going to leave it open so that I can actually see what's in the shop, respond to it. Dual World, well... Thunderclap? I think this deck is now trying to do Dropkick, Dual Wield, Thunderclap. I don't know why it's trying to do that. That seems like a dumb idea to me. But hey. Those are the first cards that appeared. Prayer Wheel, normal enemies drop an additional card reward. Wild. Don't really want to take anything that's diluting the other ones. Bash having an extra turn of vulnerability and then Dual Wield being upgraded to get an extra Dual Wield. Extra Dropkick is pretty important here. I'll use a skill potion right now. Yeah, obviously not what I was looking for right there, video game. I was looking for draw. So that I could try and start copying some drop kicks. Oh well. The rest of the deck doesn't have much aggression left in it. Yeah, I felt like it was pretty likely I wasn't going to draw lethal this turn, so... Use the extra hits last turn. Blue Candle, unplayable curse cards are now played. Whenever you play a curse card, lose 1 HP and exhaust it. Also take the Flame Barrier here just for safety's sake. Molten Egg, whenever you attack card to your deck, upgrade it. We're actually probably dead in this combat, aren't we? I guess Flame Barrier and Thunderclap give us a little bit of a chance. Saves me 6 HP to weaken that backliner there. I'm happy to go for the lost place here because... I mean, when you already feel like you've probably lost in a situation, you may as well do absolutely everything to bail yourself out because... What's the worst case scenario? You lose? You already did that, dummy. Speaking of losing and having already did that, dummy, it looks like we're already about to lose. Damn it. Now who's the dummy? All right. One last one. This is a full extreme tryhard mode. Let's go. Okay. Don't want to bite off more than I can chew, so I can probably take out 2 early elites, one of them with the help of the Niaz Lament. We've got a shop after the first elite. That means that I get to collect a decent amount of money before then, possibly from these question marks as well, bolstering our amount of money before we go into possibly the Emerald Elite. We can also choose to dodge that in order to get 2 upgrades. We can choose another shop later or 3 question marks. This just gives us a lot of possible early choices, so I feel like that's what we're going to go for. Also allows us to capitalize off of the Niaz Lament, whereas a lot of the other paths don't even have the possibility of it. Take a Feel No Pain early. Well, you're offering me a armaments really early here. But there's also a blind. And blind is super powerful. Weakening, like... AoE weakening is just something the Ironclad sucks at. There's Shockwave, super expensive, and Intimidate. Uncommon, exhausts. Just feels like you should take it when it's offered. I need more aggression, so I will take the Flex Potion in order to get through possible later elites. So it's possible the next space has a combat in it, and then I have to fight an elite. That's going to be a bad sitch for us. And it is. Damn it. It's okay. That happens. I have to take Iron Wave. I need some damage in the deck. Yeah. Here's where we lose. So I took Iron Wave for the possibility that it would have saved me against the Lagavulin. It would have helped against the Sentinels. The Gremlin Knob is the only combat here where I just don't have a chance. Not really. Like, I'll give it a go. But the distribution of skills to attacks in my deck is pretty heavily skewed. Or not. Apparently, calibers at the start of your turn lose 15 block rather than all of it. Flame barrier. Flame barrier is a little more interesting because we do have the calibers now. That said, feel no pain, blind, iron wave. We've added nothing but defense. We can't keep adding defense. Havoc is obviously pretty good. It's the only thing that is actually even worthwhile. I guess, like, hang on. Maybe anger is the source of engine. Yeah, anger is actually the source of damage for this deck right now. I have to save and quit just to effectively uncommit the action that I took to take the Havoc. Because the result of the action wasn't unexpected. Like, I didn't buy something and then see a new option come into the shop and reevaluate based on new information. So as a result, I don't consider that cheating. That's just my personal stance on it. I haven't laid out my personal stance on it in quite a while. If your stance does not necessarily align with that, that's fine. But that's mine. Alright. Ooh. Surprisingly useful defensive hand there. Obviously, the Feel No Pains are going to be absolutely insane in this combat. We're probably actually going to be able to calibers like a ridiculous amount of block here. Oh my god. Had to be just short of the kill there, really? Because see how protected we're about to be? God damn it. I actually drew too few dazed. Very, very rarely had that complaint in this fight. Unless I'm blocking, like, over-blocking by more than 15, there's no reason for me to bother by, like, even trying to do it. Ugh. Yeah, you can very clearly see the lack of any damage at all in this deck right now. Thank heck for those Feel No Pains. And also, I'm very, very pleased that I decided to retcon the action with the anger, because otherwise this combat would be even worse. The next cycle is going to be kind of useful, though. Exclusively off the back of those angers. Damn it! Really? 2 angers at the absolute bottom of the deck, so they miss the next cycle. Oh, that's so bad. Damned frustrating. Well, as long as it doesn't change the outcome of the battle at all. Happy to accept it. Orichalcum, if you enter turn without block, gain 6 block. So there's just nothing afterwards. Gremlin Horn, whenever an enemy dies, gain an additional energy and draw an additional card. We'll upgrade the anger. That's actually a really significant amount of damage that's going to help us get out there. I'm going here for looking for exhaust synergy. Disarm is good, but like Sever Soul is also not great as a divorce synergy card. Oh, I mean, I guess if we're going up against the slime. But Dark Shackles and Disarm are both really good. And also Combust is there, and we have been talking about how Combust is useful in these certain circumstances. I think I have to take Combust. And I think Disarm is probably a good choice. Sever Soul does some damage, but it will run out of things to burn in this deck because I don't generate things to burn. And I definitely don't have enough draw to support generating things to burn and having Sever Soul and drawing into them and burning them then. Shouldn't have blocked there. Actually caused myself to take more damage as a result. Orichalcum would have done better. Oh, I wish I just had something that turn. Something to exhaust. Tropic Brew is useful. True Grit, finally. Okay. True Grit is kind of like the marked upgrade for us. Have to be able to target what that hits. I don't want to play the Combust. Not super keen on taking the damage from it. Yeah, without the anger super early in this combat, we were pretty much never going to do anything to this enemy here. I say as I kill them. Sentinel, Entrench, Battle Trance. Well, Entrench is here and it's got Calipers. I mean, Entrench has to go in this deck. God, I wish Entrench was the upgrade here, but it's True Grit. It has to be. This is a problem. So I'm about to blind the enemy on turn 1, which means that they will not be weakened by turn 3. Them not being weakened on turn 3 means like an extra 10, 12 damage for me or something like that. That's really tragic for us. So how do I do this differently? Well, I need to get the stuff out of my Entropic Brew, because this fight is a loss so far. Okay, that did nothing for us, Entropic Brew. That's kind of garbage too. Okay, we can try and find something to redeem this. Feel No Pain is going to be really helpful in doing so. Second Feel No Pain True Grit. Really? Yeah. Dead. Oh! Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I was very hopeful that we were eventually just going to have the Feel No Pains out and we were going to start cycling through, burning out, using the True Grit especially, but also just manually removing slimes from our deck for a decent amount of defense. That we were going to manage to get through this floor, then the Calipers was going to act as kind of like a pseudo barricade on top of the Feel No Pains and the True Grit. I honestly don't think we were far from that. I think the deck was lacking a little bit of damage. I think there's the possibility that if I'd rested here and not upgraded the True Grit, that I still would have been able to deal with the boss. But I think not upgrading the True Grit and having the possibility True Grit burns things like Bash in particular, Bash, Entrench, Iron Wave is pretty poor. That said, I also didn't have like really big power hitter, like single, like overwhelming single card strategies in the deck. So it's not like something like Body Slam or Rampage, for example, being burnt would actually have been a problem. So not upgrading that True Grit and resting in that final position would have been what I would change about that run. That's what I would do differently. Pretty much everything I would do exactly the same, because I'm pretty sure that next floor, that run was about to go absolutely insane, as long as it got an energy relic, because the setup was still pretty expensive. When the Entrench costs 1, even when upgraded, you've got the 2 Feel No Pains that you have to get out in order to start stacking defense, in order to start stacking the Calipers, in order to get untouchable. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. Hey, it don't always work. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.